It's a beautiful early spring day with blue sky and warm sunshine. This is the shakedown trip ahead of our big road trip in July, and as you'll see later, it's a good thing that we did this first. It's day one, and I take a short drive up the M5 to pick up Anna, and from there we head to Birkenhead to catch the overnight ferry to Belfast. It's about a 4-hour drive, and the car performs flawlessly. Arriving at the ferry port, the check-in process is very smooth, and we have some time to kill before the rest of the group arrives, so Anna decides to get in her steps. Boarding is quick, and we check into our luxurious cabin for the night's crossing. Being away from home means we can indulge in a few days of healthy eating. Good morning, it's 6:32 on the first day of our Ireland trip. I think we got some sleep, hopefully.
Just about 2 hours.
First stop's going to be a cafe, get some breakfast for the morning once we get off the ferry. To give you some indication. Day 2 dawns bright and clear, and we're in Belfast. We're going to go to the Titanic exhibition later, but it doesn't open until 10 o'clock. So we have some more time to kill. We make our way through the outskirts of Belfast and stop for breakfast at Greg's. Along the dockside, on the walk to the exhibition, there are a number of interesting sculptures and stained glass. Apparently, the stained glass depicts scenes from the Game of Thrones, but I've never watched it. Located beside the Titanic slipway and the Harland and Wolff drawing offices, Titanic Belfast tells the story of Titanic from her conception, through her construction and launch, to her maiden voyage and subsequent place in history. I'm not sure what I expected, but what I experienced was surprisingly moving and emotional. It's well worth a visit. Belfast behind, we head north along the Giant's Causeway coastal route to our overnight stop at Ballintoy. It's a very scenic route with expansive views of the ocean crashing into the Northern Ireland coastline. Unfortunately, it's at this point that it becomes apparent that all is not well with our car. The battery charge indicator starts to fall, then the battery warning lights come on, and all of the other lights begin to illuminate the dash like a Christmas tree. We decided to pull over and call for help. It's Hannah's first drive of the car, short but memorable. This is where we have our first introduction to Irish hospitality. Two Trees Recovery is called out. They call me, and we establish the most likely fault is an alternator. The recovery company calls ahead to a friend of theirs who specialises in auto electrics and arranges for him to take a look at the car. They check the opening times of the car hire desk at the airport, and they arrange a taxi to take us there. Two Trees turn up with a recovery truck, load our car and take us to the garage while the rest of the group makes their way to the overnight stop. By the time they unloaded the car, the taxi has arrived. We collect our hire car from the airport and make our own way to the overnight stop to meet up with the others. The rest of this trip is going to be done in a Toyota Aygo. The next day we're going to be crossing the border, travelling from Ballintoy to Ballyliffin in the Republic of Ireland, following the Giant's Causeway coastal route and then, once across the border, joining the Wild Atlantic Way. It's a day of more spectacular, wild and rugged coastal scenery. Our first stop is Dunseverick Falls, a spot where you can get up close and personal with the wild ocean. The walk down is a bit slippery, so I end up sitting in the mud and have to change my trousers. Luckily, I did bring a spare pair. Then it's back in the car for the short drive to the Giant's Causeway itself. I've heard lots about this site and I'm excited to finally be there. It's an intriguing spot and worth a visit, but I'm a bit underwhelmed. Maybe on a sunny day, when the tide is out, it would be more impressive. We then head to Bushmills Distillery to do a bit of souvenir shopping. Apparently it's the world's oldest licensed distillery. A few of our group try scraping the bottom of the barrel, but without success. Back on the road again. Approaching Port Stewart, we notice all the painted curbs and the start line grid markings painted on the road. This is the start point for the Northwest 200 motorbike race. From there we cross into the Republic of Ireland and arrive at our overnight stay in Ballyliffin. It's a very comfortable hotel with a spa. I have my first ever Guinness and of course Bushmills whiskey. Day 4 dawns misty and damp, but in our Toyota Aygo we're warm and toasty. Today we head up to Malin Head, the most northerly point in Ireland. Malin Head doesn't disappoint, especially on this blustery day. The views are amazing. It's like standing on the edge of the world. Retracing our steps back past Ballyliffin, we stop at Glenevin Waterfall. Apparently the sign says no dogs, but this little dog couldn't read and accompanied us for most of the walk to the falls. From the falls, we continue to make our way along the coastal road, along some exciting single track, where the views just keep on amazing and surprising us. We stop in Londonderry for some lunch, a place I've wanted to visit for a long time. Apparently another well-known television show is filmed here, but I haven't seen that one either. After lunch, we take a tour of the historic city walls. Anna, reading from the internet, is our guide. Although partway round we seem to stray into the entire history of the British monarchy, from Henry VIII up to George the something or other. Our overnight stop is interesting and probably one not to be repeated. They didn't serve food and most of the places in the town are shut. So we get fish and chips from a place that has no prices and eat them in the bar. But they do have a pool table. Day 5 is an unintentionally early start because we have workmen cutting down trees with chainsaws right outside our window at 6 in the morning. It's our final day in Northern Ireland. Today is the day my car is fixed. So it's a sad farewell to our trusty little Ligo. After breakfast, we head across the Sperrin Mountains, although calling them mountains is a bit generous, to Ballymena to be reunited with my car. Sammy has done a fantastic job, even giving the engine bay a bit of a clean. He has an amazing place, and I've never seen so many alternators all in one spot. With the car collected and the hire car returned to the airport, we meet up on the shores of Lough Neagh. It's very atmospheric in this low grey light. Then it's time to return to the port to board our ferry for the overnight trip home. Once aboard, thus began the stuff of nightmares, the spreadsheet from hell. Through some miscalculations, some members of the group owe others money. Of course, to resolve the problem, the answer is a spreadsheet, some double entry bookkeeping, and a lot of very complicated calculations and heated discussions. I know it's going to be a bad night when everybody gets out their calculators, so I decide it's a good time to head for my bed. The next day brings a breathtaking sunrise with Liverpool as its backdrop. Times like these are priceless and well worth the early start. The drive home is very uneventful, and Anna finally gets to drive the car without it breaking down. My first time in Ireland is a bit of a revelation. I enjoyed every moment of it. The Titanic exhibition is very memorable, the people warm and welcoming, and the coastline is like nothing I've ever seen before. A big thank you to Two Trees Recovery for turning what could have been a bad experience into a minor inconvenience, and to Sammy for dropping everything to fix my car. Ireland, I will be back.